Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's exclusive customer webinar from Heyo. My name is Chris Rieger, and I am here to talk to you about the 4 strategies that you can use to get more fans and more leads from Facebook without using a like gate. I am sure that if you're here on this webinar, it's because you heard that like gates or fan gates are going away, or mostly have gone away already. You can't use them anymore. And that's a strategy that a lot of us in social media marketing land have used in the past, or we've seen used many times to get more fans for a Facebook page. Maybe for our own Facebook page, maybe for the Facebook page of one of our clients. They're going away, and we thought this would be a great time to kind of refocus on what are some other strategies for getting more fans and leads from your Facebook page. As I said, my name is Chris Rieger. I run operations at Heyo. Heyo is totally focused on helping small businesses get more leads and sales from social media, and we are fanatical about it. We are excited about it. I am excited to be here. I've got my Heyo t-shirt on today, and I'm going to do my best to really teach you guys some actionable strategies today that will be really helpful for you, your business, and if you're an agency, for your clients as well. I'm joined today by Alex Shammy. Alex is a longtime Heyo employee. He's fantastic. He knows the Heyo product really well. He's a super smart guy. He knows a ton about social media and all things digital, and he's going to be helping me out answering your questions as we go. So as I'm talking, I'll do my best to respond to things you post in the GoToWebinar questions. But if I miss something, Alex will probably pick it up. So go ahead and give us your worst. Ask us your hardest questions. We're going to do our best to address them for you. As we get started today, I first want to thank everybody for joining me. You're joining from all over the place: Connecticut, Massachusetts, Florida, California, Auckland, New Zealand. Rob and Trace are here from Auckland. Rob and Trace, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. I think it's pretty darn early in the morning on a Saturday in Auckland, New Zealand, if I'm right, Rob. So thank you so much for joining us. San Francisco, a whole bunch of other places. So thanks so much for joining me. I want to take a moment just to get to know you guys a little bit better. So if you could, and I'll tell you as we get started too, this is, I hope, going to be some really valuable content for you. So now is definitely the time. We're getting started. Go ahead and shut down all your distractions. Close out of your email inbox. Tell your colleagues or your family members that you just need a little time. This is you time. It's time for you to focus on your business and focus in on my screen. You should be seeing the title slide of the presentation: 4 strategies for getting more fans and leads from Facebook without using a like gate. So dial in here, everybody, and let's go ahead and get started. So as we kick things off, I'd like to learn a little bit more about you. So I'm going to actually share a quick poll with you. So I want to know how familiar you are with Heyo. So go ahead and let me know here in the poll. Are you not at all familiar? Maybe that's why you're here. Have you used Heyo a little bit, but probably could learn some more? If so, probably the second one's a good option for you. If not, bullet 3, you're super familiar, you're a Heyo power user is probably the way to go. But help me understand how familiar you are with Heyo. Go ahead and answer that poll. So we're at about 50-ish, 60-ish% of you have answered. Let me know in the poll. I want to get up to at least 75% of you answering the poll before I close it out. I'm going to go ahead and share the results with you guys as well. So we're at 73%. We're almost there. So I need 1 or 2 more of you to answer. Are you not at all familiar? Have you used Heyo a little bit, or are you super familiar? All right, we're good. We are good. So let me close the poll and share the results with you. So there you go. You can see that the vast majority of people who are on the line have used Heyo a little bit, not super familiar with Heyo. That's 73% of you. 18% of you are not at all familiar. That's why you're here. And less than 10%, 9% of you are super familiar. You're Heyo power users. So glad to have all of you here with me, and I think you're all going to find some value from today's content. So let's go ahead with that, and let's go ahead and dive right in. I always like to start with this slide, and right now you should be seeing a slide on my screen that's called the social sales cycle, and it's got a big funnel on it. So I want to talk about this a little bit. As we talk about getting more leads and getting more fans for our Facebook page, what's the purpose of doing that? Sometimes we step back and we think, man, we spend all this time on social media. Is it really worth it? Is it really valuable? Absolutely, yes, it is. This is what we at Heyo call the social sales cycle. You work hard in social media to get more fans, to get more followers. And the reason is you're building an audience that you can engage with, an audience that you can speak to. For instance, if you've got fans on Facebook, you can speak to them directly on Facebook. But then eventually the goal is for those fans to become real leads for your business, real potential customers. And to do that, you get those fans to opt in and provide you contact information, at least an email address, sometimes more, sometimes maybe a phone number. And then once you have that contact information, you're able to connect more with those leads, those consumers that are potential customers of your business, and get a sense to really nurture those leads and get a sense for, are they hot leads? Are they leads that are likely to buy from you? Maybe you're selling a product, maybe you're selling a service, maybe you're a consultant, but ultimately the goal is to fuel your business and earn more revenue through your social media strategy. But this is how we like to think about it. So let me ask you guys real quick in the GoToWebinar questions. Have you seen a slide like this before? Do you find it helpful to think about your social media strategy in this way? I'd love a little feedback. Let me know your thoughts. Rusty says yes. It's super helpful. Okay, Rusty, good. Vidal says, be sure to explain what a light gate is or was. Okay, Vidal, we will get there, I promise. Meyer says, yeah, very important. Okay, cool, awesome. I'm glad you guys find this helpful. So let's go ahead and get to Vidal's question about light gates. Okay, so what's happening to light gates? So let's start with what a light gate is. So with Heyo, and I'm going to go ahead and actually pull up my web browser here so you guys can see this. So let me go to my Facebook page. And actually, I'm going to go to my Facebook page. I'm going to go to the Heyo fan page. So here's Heyo's page on Facebook. That's what you should be seeing right now. So for those of you who maybe aren't looking at my screen, take a look at it now. You should see the Heyo Facebook page. Okay. So these apps down the left side, these are Facebook apps or tabs, and we're going to look at this first one. So when I click on this app right now, I can see all the content here on this Facebook app, which is basically a really nice functional application or landing page on Facebook. We used to have the ability to put a like gate in front of this page, which meant that you couldn't see this page unless you were a fan of my Facebook page. I could show you a different experience if you weren't a fan, if you hadn't already liked my page. I could show you a big, nice graphic that says, click like above to enter the contest, or click like above to see this content, and then people would have to click the like button, and then it would surface the content. That is/was a like gate, and that was a strategy that a lot of us probably have used in the past. Well, on August 7th, Facebook announced the following. They said they're making some changes to their API, which is the way that Facebook works with companies like Heyo, and they were basically switching off the like gate functionality. They came out and said you must not incentivize people to use social plugins or to like a page. This includes offering rewards or gating apps based on whether or not a person has liked a page. And to kind of close out, if you look at the bottom of this paragraph, they say, to ensure quality connections and help businesses reach the people who matter to them, we want people to like pages because they want to connect and hear from the business, not because of artificial incentives. Now, you might totally disagree with this. You might think Facebook is crazy, or you might see their point, but what they're basically saying is, we've kind of made the decision that the best way for businesses to engage with fans on Facebook is to actually have an audience of fans that really care about the business and want to hear from them, as opposed to someone who just wants to enter a contest or see some other piece of content on Facebook. So, that's what they're saying, and they further clarified it the next day on the 8th of August by saying, oh yeah, like gating is now prohibited by policy. And here's what this means, first of all. If you launched a contest or some kind of Facebook app with a like gate prior to August 7th, it's still going to work for 90 days. Your like gate will still work for 90 days. So in early November, it's going to stop working. If you launch a new app today, or if you've launched a new app or campaign anytime after August 7th, and you tried to use a like gate, it's not going to work. They've already made that change to their technical structure, Facebook has, so that like gate won't work. So that's really important to know, and that's what this change means. So let's keep rolling on forward, and let's talk about really what comes next. So now what do you do to get likes? You know, you've got a business, you're working hard in social media, you're trying to build a following. Well, you know, you might say, man, Chris, like gates were awesome. I got a lot of fans through like gates. Now what do I do to get more fans? So I'm going to share with you 4 strategies for getting more fans and leads, right? Because fans are good, but we also want those fans to opt in and give us some contact information. So that's important too. All right, cool. So okay, cool. I want to answer one quick question I see here from Rob. He says, does incentivize include entering a competition by liking a page? By competition, I mean what Facebook calls a sweepstakes. You know, I guess a couple of things. It's not wrong, Rob, to ask for a like on Facebook. Facebook still says, hey, it's okay to ask someone to please like your Facebook page. What they don't want is you incentivizing people to like your page through a sweepstakes or a contest. So I think the answer to that question is yes, it does include that, and if you keep doing it, you know, there's a chance you could run into some issues with Facebook. You know, Facebook's been known to kind of to police things. They don't, for instance, they don't like you, they don't like consumers, or excuse me, they don't like businesses requiring a consumer to share Facebook content to enter a contest or to get more entries in a contest. So if they see that today, they're going to shut that campaign down, and they're going to probably send you a nasty email. So Rob, it could be that going forward, incentivizing using a like could be an issue, meaning you must like to enter this contest. It's okay to ask for a like, and we're going to get into that more later, but you can't use it as kind of a carrot, if you will. All right, cool. So let's dive into it. So strategy 1. So the very first thing I want to talk about, and it's probably something you've heard before, strategy 1 is to write good content, write great content. Content really is the backbone of your social media strategy. So let's talk about why and how you get more fans by writing great content. Well, good content is going to resonate with your audience. They're going to read it, meaning they're actually going to click on it. So if you post a link, for instance, so the image on my screen right now, if you look at my screen, is of a link share post. So anybody who clicks on this link share post will click through to the actual article. And this is an article by Adweek. And actually, it's a really funny one if you haven't seen it. We posted it to the Heyo Facebook page a couple weeks ago. But it was really good. But in any case, anybody who clicks on this is engaging. Anybody who leaves a comment, anybody who shares, this one right when I took the picture had 4 shares. Anybody who shares it. All of that information is engaging, and writing great content is going to generate more shares, more visibility, more interest from within your fan base and outside of your fan base, right? Because people who like your content and engage with it, when someone likes a piece of content from your Facebook page, their friends can see that, right? It adds a note to their timeline that they've liked your content, they've shared your content. You can also, through great content, you can use a few tricks to get more exposure that I want to point out to you. First of all, you know, the old tried and true method of asking questions is still really, really powerful. Questions just psychologically are a powerful thing. You know, it's much more effective from a marketing perspective to ask questions than to tell somebody something, right? Because questions invite engagement. You can use relevant hashtags. So in this example I've got, we say, hey, Gatorade is trying out a new marketing strategy, and we've hashtagged. If you look at my screen right now and you see where I'm kind of circling with my mouse, we've hashtagged the word marketing, okay? And what that means is anybody who has an interest in marketing or who searches that hashtag is going to find our post because we used hashtag marketing. So use relevant hashtags. Mention other brands and businesses. You do this using the @ symbol, okay? So just like an email address is, you know, @gmail.com. If within your Facebook post you want to mention MailChimp, the email marketing company, and you type in @MailChimp, that will include a little link, just like this hashtag is a link in your post, and then fans of that business, in this example MailChimp, they are much more likely to see your post, and it may even turn up in their newsfeed. So that's really important. So use relevant hashtags, mention other brands and businesses. These are signals that Facebook has given us that we know if we do these things, our content will rise higher in the newsfeed to our fans, and even to those who are not necessarily our fans. So that's really important. So the other thing is to promote your posts. So this is an option that you have. You don't have to do it on Facebook, but it can be really effective to actually just promote your posts to get even more exposure, right? You can tell Facebook, I want my posts promoted to these types of people, and that can help extend your reach. The more people who see your content, the more are able to engage or likely to engage with it, and the more people who engage with it, the more fans, the more new fans you're going to get just from writing good content. The best fans, and you can quote me on this, you can tweet this, you can say, hey, Chris Rieger said, the best fans you will get, the most high quality, the most voracious fans you can get are those that read your content, are interested in it, and then like your page because they want to hear more. And so when they see your content again, they're going to engage with it again, and they're going to help. It's kind of like a rising tide lifts all ships, right? They're going to help push your Facebook strategy, your social media strategy higher. All right, cool. You guys with me? Awesome. Let's. Okay, Janet asked a great question. Does promote mean an ad or some other way? Now, when I say promote, right now, Janet, in this example, I'm talking about an ad. Promoting your post on Facebook means purchasing a promoted post Facebook ad. All right, so let's jump ahead to the next slide and look at strategy 2. Strategy 2 hopefully is no secret to all of you who are already HEYO customers. You can run a social contest. Okay, so a social contest is an event that creates a lot of buzz, and it will help you convert more fans to leads. The best performing type of contest that we still see, and you can do a lot of different social contests nowadays. A sweepstakes, a giveaway, a photo contest, a video contest, all different types of contests, a referral contest. The most, even with all this exciting stuff going on, all these different things you can do, the absolute most efficient way to get new leads from your Facebook page is still running a sweepstakes, a simple giveaway or sweepstakes where someone can opt in with an email address and is then entered into the contest to win a really nice prize. That is the most effective way. On average, I shouldn't say on average. As a range, we see these types of competitions converting anywhere from like 20 to 25% to as high as 70%. And that's on the high side, but we see it. We see certainly plenty of contests that convert at 50, 60%, and we've seen some as high as in the 70s. So absolutely, this is something that's really, really valuable to do. You can still ask for a like. If you look at my screen right now, the screenshot I've got on this slide is of a HEYO customer eco mailbox. They're located in Australia, and they're using the HEYO sweepstakes app, right? So the way you enter this contest is to enter an email address, but after entering the contest, we're also asking, or in this case the business, is asking the entrant to like their Facebook page, to share and tweet about this contest, and that's all okay. That's all okay. Pat asked the question, isn't asking for a like considered like baiting under the new rules? So it's okay to ask for a like. It's not okay to say, like my page for a chance to win a prize or something like that. But asking for a like we do here on the sweepstakes app through a third-party app like HEYO is perfectly okay. Perfectly okay. So this is a great way to do it. Now I want to just share one or two things here with you guys that I think you'll find hopefully really helpful. So here's a case study. I think it's really always helpful to see how other businesses are using HEYO and how they've done it before, how they've run a contest, right? So this is Marie Scholl. She runs Inspired Endurance. It's a really cool company. They're a product company, and they make running-focused jewelry for women. You'll notice that their logo, inspiredendurance.com, is a silhouette of not just a runner, but a female runner. You can tell because of the ponytail. So that's Inspired Endurance. Very cool company. They ran a sweepstakes recently with HEYO. It did extremely well. It garnered 620 impressions. So 620 people looked at the campaign. 345 emails were captured for a conversion rate of over 55%. It was extremely, extremely successful. Okay, so this is a perfect example. Now here's why it was successful. This is what I want to call out to you with strategy 2. Helps you get a lot of new emails. So we've got 345 here. But in addition to that, here's a screenshot of the campaign. What you can see from this page is it also generates a ton of social activity. So remember back here, on the page, it prompts you after you enter to like, share, and tweet about the contest, to like the Facebook page and share and tweet about the contest. What you can see here from Marie is that there was a ton of social engagement. Actually, I want to show you this. Check out this. Check out the number of tweets that Marie got from this contest. I'm just going to let this run. I just screen recorded this. Pretty amazing. They're still going. So this is over, you can see all the tweets she got. 345 emails captured. A high percentage of those that entered the contest also did those other steps. They also liked the page. They also tweeted about the contest and posted about the contest on Facebook. Josh asked, how long did that contest run? That contest ran, if I remember correctly, about 2 weeks. About 2 weeks, Josh, which is, I think, a good time frame for a sweepstakes. All right, cool. So have a look at my page, folks. You've got a decision to make. I can go on, and I'm going to go on either way. I'm going to show you 2 more strategies that are definitely really effective at helping you get more fans and leads from your Facebook page. But do you want me to show you how to set up a social contest in just a couple of minutes? I can take a few minutes, and everybody on this webinar uses Heyo. This is an exclusive webinar. It's only for Heyo customers. So, but as I saw from the survey, most of you haven't used Heyo that much. I'd be glad to do a quick walkthrough. If you want me to do that, type "show me" in the GoToWebinar questions. And you'll notice, folks, look, my "show me" is not just some little like "show me." It's "show me," caps, exclamation point. So let me know. Do you want me to do a quick walkthrough? All right, Nicholas says show us. Ron says yes, please. Yes, show me. John, show me. Rob, show me. Asher, Jennifer. All right, cool. All right, well, Charlie says show me now, bruv. All right, Charlie, let's go ahead and do it. All right, pretty material number of you guys want me to do this, so I'll just do a quick walkthrough. All right, so let me grab. Okay, cool. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick walkthrough. Here's the Heyo dashboard. Okay, if I want to set up a quick sweepstakes, just like the one that Marie ran for Inspired Endurance that did so well, got all those tweets, here's what you do. You log into Heyo. If you guys log in right now, you're welcome to do this, kind of follow along a little bit with me, or just watch my screen. I'm going to click Create a Campaign. Okay, I've got some options here. What I want to do is the very first thing on the list, run a social contest. I'm going to click that. You'll notice I get these options that drop down. We want to do a sweepstakes. Be sure later, when you have some time, to check out these other amazing types of contests that you can run with Heyo. Just a quick plug there for Heyo. But let's look at the sweepstakes. I'm going to select that. I'm going to go here to the bottom right and click Save and Continue. I've got a couple of people asking me, is this going to be recorded? Okay. Yes, the answer is yes. Dennis is going to be recorded. Ron is going to be recorded. Meyer, it's going to be recorded. So we're recording this webinar right now. We'll make it available to you. We'll send it out by early next week at the absolute latest. So now I've selected this template. Okay, you can see it's already pre-designed for me. It's going to look fantastic. All right. All I need to do is click on each of these different elements and just adjust it as per how I want my contest to run and how I want my page, this contest app, to look. So first I'm going to click on the logo up here, and all I do is click it, go over here to the right side, which is where I make my changes. I'm going to click Upload, and right here on my desktop I've got my logo, and in this example I am Cafe de Bangkok. I'm a Thai restaurant. Ken says thank you for recording this. Ken, you are most welcome. So I'm going to go ahead and select that image and upload it. Boom, there's my logo. I want to do the same thing here for this hero image. Now, I want to point this out to you guys. So I heard a stat recently that was pretty staggering about why visuals are so critical and why something like this image, which is the largest image on the page, is so important. Did you know that the human brain processes images 6,000 times faster than it processes text? The human brain processes images 6,000 times faster than it processes text. So this image is probably the most critical thing on your campaign. Probably the most critical thing on your campaign. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and click this image. What I recommend doing here is including an image that's extremely, because of that, extremely clear. I'm going to pick this one that I've got set up. Has a really clear call to action and really communicates the prize really effectively. Boom. My picture is of a really nice shrimp pad thai. I'm a big pad thai fan myself. And then I've got the call to action really clear there. I'm going to click my countdown here and adjust how I want my when I want my contest to end. I'm going to have it end on September 15th. I'm going to go ahead, if I want to sync this to my email marketing platform, I'm going to click this entry field, and over here on the right hand side I've got a selection of email marketing platforms that I can use. Jackson asked the question, this part is a review for me. Are you planning to cover anything else today? Jackson, yes. I've got a couple other strategies to cover, but just based on demand I'm going to do a quick review of how to do this. So stick with me, Jackson. I can select from it this selection of email marketing platforms like MailChimp, and I can sync this up, and every entry that I get on this contest will then automatically be put, in this case, into my MailChimp list. I also want to make sure I click on these share settings down at the bottom left. Okay, and here's where I enter the page I want to be liked when someone clicks to like. This is where I want to put in my Facebook page. Okay, let's just do that right now. Why not? I'm going to paste that in right here. Link to share and tweet. If I leave this blank, it's going to default to the smart URL for my HEYO campaign. So I'm going to go ahead and just leave it blank. All right. And then I've got some text here I can put in. I'm going to say, I just entered to win, if I can spell, dinner for two. You can too. You guys will all write better copy than me. I'm just doing this on the fly real fast. But I've got my share. The most important thing is I've got my Facebook page here so I can get more likes, right? That's the goal of today's webinar, is to talk about how to get more likes. I'm going to leave this blank so people are sharing the contest and driving more traffic back to my contest, hence getting me more leads and more likes. And then I've got my share and tweet text set up. So I'm going to save those changes. The last thing is just, this area here is really for contest information or contest terms. Or rules. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and just put that in a few times. So once that's set up, I'm pretty much ready to go. So pretty easy, right? So I'm going to go here to the bottom right. If you're, if hopefully you're still with me, guys, I'm going to click Save and Preview. Now, here's what the campaign looks like in preview mode, and here's what's really important about using one of these templates. Is I'm looking at the Facebook preview right now. This is what our CEO calls the $1,000 click, because this is something that costs a lot of money to do. If you're going to have this developed for you. I'm going to click Publish to Mobile. I'm going to click Preview, and there is my mobile responsive version of the campaign, which looks great. So it's going to work great on mobile. And that's really, really important. Really, really important. So there you go. That's how easy it is to set up a HEYO sweepstakes, which is strategy 2. To run a sweepstakes to get more fans and to get more leads from Facebook. All right, cool. So let me ask you guys, in the GoToWebinar questions, tell me so far, if you're learning off on the webinar that you haven't known, that you didn't know already, or if you're feeling like this is really invigorating your marketing strategy, I want you to say yes in the GoToWebinar questions. If you're enjoying what you're learning, if you're learning some really good new strategies, go ahead and type yes into the GoToWebinar questions. I want to know. Okay. Jennifer says, I never knew about sweepstakes. I have to try it. Ron says yes. John says yes. Awesome. Awesome. I'm really, really glad. I'm just gonna quickly see if I can unmute Jennifer here. Jennifer, Hi Jennifer, this is Chris from Heyo. You're unmuted. Are you there? Jennifer, are you there? You're unmuted. All right, Jennifer doesn't have her microphone set up. I'm going to go ahead and see. Loretta asked the question, what is a downloadable CSV? So Loretta, anytime you use one of these Heyo templates, we store all the leads for you. A CSV file is basically just an Excel file. It's a spreadsheet. And you can download that list of new leads anytime from your CSV file. Okay, awesome. Let's go ahead and dive right back into the slides. So far, we've covered 2 strategies. We've got 2 more to go. All right, sweet. Hopefully that was helpful, guys, to do that quick walkthrough. All right, strategy 3. This is extremely effective. It takes a tiny bit of work, but extremely effective. Add a like button to your website. Now, this is so simple, you guys. This has been around forever and is super easy to do. But if you've got a website or blog and you don't have a like button on your website or blog, I highly recommend that you do. It allows your site visitors to instantly become a fan of your business on Facebook. All you have to do is add a snippet of code to your website or blog that Facebook provides to you. They make it very easy for you. And I also highly recommend giving them a reason to act. What I mean by that is, don't just say, like us on Facebook. Right? There's a difference between saying, like us on Facebook, and saying, like us on Facebook to get industry news and insider deals from our business. Give them a reason to make that action, right? What is the call to action? Like us on Facebook alone is like saying, buy my product. Yeah, well, no joke. Everybody wants you to buy their product. But saying, you know, buy our product, it's going to shorten your commute time. Buy our product, it's going to help you sleep better at night. Like our Facebook page, you're going to be more informed and you're going to save money, or whatever the incentive is, and be sincere and really tell them what you're going to do. And then this is really simple, and you're going to do this at this link. And again, we're recording this presentation, so don't stress copying this down exactly. But you just go to this page, and honestly, if you just Google Facebook like button, you're going to see this link come up probably first. Okay. Jennifer asks a great question. And Jennifer, by the way, she says, I'm in a noisy place. Sorry, Jennifer, no worries. No worries at all. She says, if we don't technically own our website, can we still add the button? I have a company-based website. You can, as long as somebody that you know has the ability to like kind of go into the back end of the site and just paste in a little snippet of code. That's all it takes. It's really very, very simple. So this is definitely really effective, guys. I highly, highly recommend that you do it. All right, cool. Let's jump to strategy 4. Send a dedicated email. So, you know, one of the most effective ways to market your business is via email. If you're not doing email marketing in some way, shape, or form, you're definitely missing out. It's got a great ROI because email is super cheap and everybody reads their email. The #1 reason that adults go online, and this comes from the Pew Internet Survey, the #1 reason adults go online is to check their email. 92% of adults check their email regularly, right? 92% of adults. So lots and lots of people are going online checking email all the time, and it's really, really simple to do, and it's really, really simple to execute some basic email marketing. So I highly recommend, if you haven't done this before and you're looking to build your fan base on Facebook, send a dedicated email to your list, to your audience, asking them to like your Facebook page. Don't bury it in a, you know, like a company newsletter or some other marketing communication. If you're really serious about, your social media strategy and building your brand on Facebook and building that fan base, make it a dedicated email. Here's the other reason this is cool. Okay, so you can't incentivize people on Facebook to fan your page, but you can absolutely still incentivize people outside of Facebook to like your Facebook page. right? So in the body of the email, and if you look at my screen right now, you'll see that I've, let's see, right here, right, on the right side of my screen, I've got a little sample email that I just kind of whipped together, right? And in this email, all I'm doing is, greeting the reader, asking them to like my Facebook page, letting them know why. I'm saying, hey, if you'd like to get more information about special events and offers from our business, it's so easy. Just click the button below to like our Facebook page. And I'm saying, hey, bonus, when you click the button above, you'll get this. So you can always incentivize on something like an email. It's super, super easy to do, and it's something that's extremely effective. Okay, so sending a dedicated email is very, very effective strategy for building your fan base on Facebook. Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. Cool. So that's strategy 4. So let's take a pause here, folks, and let's just review quickly what we've talked about so far. Okay, 4 strategies for writing 4 strategies for getting more fans and leads from your Facebook page. Number 1 is to write great content. Remember, the highest quality fans you're going to get are those that just simply engage with your content. Simply engage with your content. They're the backbone of your social media strategy. Number 2, run a social contest. Super easy to do. Drives a ton of social activity, and bonus, is going to help you get more leads. It's going to help you get more leads. Strategy 3, install a like button on your website or blog. It takes a little bit of work. You got to just go to that URL, grab a snippet of code, and it's going to help you get more fans instantly. And then strategy 4, just send a dedicated email. It's so simple. To write your audience and ask them to join you on Facebook. The cool thing about that is if they're already on your email list, they're probably pretty interested in your business. They've probably already opted in. If they're not already a fan on Facebook, you want them to be, because then they're going to engage a lot with your content. Their friends are going to see it. Their followers are going to see it, and then you're going to be able to get a lot more social activity and a lot more fans because your email audience is also in your fan base on Facebook. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, so Ron asked the question, any costs involved? Ron, so I'm not sure what you mean, but if you're asking if there's any costs involved to do any of these things, really the answer is no. I mean, all of you on the webinar right now are already HEYO customers, so running a social contest is included in your HEYO subscription. That's probably could be the reason you signed up. Writing great content, installing that like button on your website doesn't cost anything. Putting an email together, I mean, depending on what email platform you use, then really simple to do. It's really simple to do. All right, so I want to ask you guys a question, yes or no. Were there at least 2 actionable things you learned from this webinar? If so, or if not, I want to know about it. We care a lot about the content we put out there. Let me know in the GoToWebinar questions whether or not you learned at least 2 actionable things from this webinar. Okay? All right, cool. John says yes. Meg says yes. Corrine says yes. Jennifer says yes. Sweepstakes and like button on the website. Okay, awesome. All right, Sandy says yes, but would like to know how to add the like button in an email. All right, great. Tom says yes. Okay, cool. I'm going to unmute Meg again, who I talked to earlier. Hi, Meg. It's Chris. I unmuted you. Are you there?
I'm here. How are you?
Awesome. Awesome. So Meg, tell me, how are you enjoying the content so far?
I think it's wonderful. I've really learned a lot.
Awesome. I'm really, really glad to hear that. Well, tell everybody, so you said you learned at least 2 things. What's one of the things you learned today that you didn't know already, or maybe you knew, but it kind of was a really good reminder for you that that's a strategy you should try?
Well, I had always thought about asking for likes, and I think that not having the like gate there is kind of proves to be problematic. But now I had never really thought about sending out a dedicated email. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, and we've had a lot of clients do that, and it's been really effective. I mean, just like your fan base on Facebook, the more engaged and the more dedicated your email audience is, the better that's going to work, right?
Absolutely.
But absolutely, that's really, really effective. Awesome. Well, I'm so glad. Well, anything else today that's been a really good learning for you?
Well, everything's been really enlightening, so thank you for everything that you've done.
Awesome. All right, Meg, you are welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm also going to see if I can unmute. See if I can unmute Ken and say hello. Ken, this is Chris. I unmuted you. Are you there?
No.
Okay. All right.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
All right. Sounds like Ken's tied up. All right, no worries. All right, guys. Awesome. Well, I see a number of questions coming in, and I want to get to Q&A because I think you guys probably have a lot you want to ask about some of these strategies. So that's cool. We'll get to that. So really quickly, before we go to Q&A, I've got something I wanted to offer to you guys that I think you're really going to enjoy. Basically, I really hoped that this content would be really powerful for you. So what I've done is I've put together, I've worked with our writing team and put together a special guide on these 4 topics, on these 4 strategies. Okay, it's a white paper. And it's a white paper of how to get more fans and leads on Facebook without a light gate, and specifically covering these 4 topics, these 4 strategies. It's a downloadable PDF. It provides step-by-step instructions. So an example is, putting together the email, the dedicated email with a template. That's in there. The step-by-step instructions for how to install that like button on your Facebook page, where to go, what to do step by step to get that code and paste it into the back end of your website and get that like button live on your site. That's in there. I've got a lot of examples in there. The very first strategy I shared with you guys, which is to write great content. That can be a tough one, and I know it can be tough to find and source good content and come up with great content to share with your fans. I've got in this guide 50 different suggested posts in Facebook, 50 of them. It's a lot. So we've put all that together into one, we think, pretty handy guide that you guys are really going to enjoy. Okay. In addition to that, what I'm going to offer is that I will personally review your dedicated email and make recommendations. So I put my email address, my HEO email address, I baked it into this guide so that when you write that dedicated email out, so Meg, Tom, Charlie, Emily, when you write that dedicated email out, if you want me to review it for you and make recommendations, I'd be glad to do that. And I actually worked for years in email marketing. I ran growth and partnerships at a company called Mad Mimi for years. They're an email marketing company, so I would be glad to review that for you guys. So I'm going to be sending out after the webinar to all annual plan customers. All annual plan customers. We wanted to make it available to everybody. Unfortunately, it is really costly to put together. In particular, there's a lot of personal time involved with the personal reviews that we do of the emails and the personal recommendations that we make. So I've been told I can only offer this to annual customers. And remember, everybody who's been on this webinar today, you're going to be able to access. You're going to be able to access the recording. But this guide, I'm unfortunately only able to share with annual customers. If you're not an annual customer yet, that's okay. It's not too late, because you can opt in and sign up for an annual plan, and I can still send you the guide. So if you're sitting at home right now and you're like, oh man, I really want this guide. It's going to be super helpful for me. That's okay. It's not too late. If you're a HEO user but you're paying month to month right now, you can just go to heo.com/annual to get today's bonus, to get this really, really great guide that we put together. And I think you're going to find it extremely, extremely helpful. Remember, it's a really smart thing anyway to go annual. The plans are cheaper on a monthly basis. Our standard plan is $30 per month. Billed monthly, but it's only $300 per year billed annually, so it ends up averaging out to only $25 a month instead of $30 a month. And it also provides additional benefits like today's guide, and just like the monthly plan, it can be canceled anytime for a prorated refund. So if you're logged into HEO already, you need to be logged in. Just go to heo.com/annual, and you'll see here the option to pay annually. You'll select that, and our system will automatically calculate whatever the prorated charge is for your account. Okay, and if you do that, after the webinar today, I'm going to go through all the attendees and everybody who's on an annual plan. I'm going to send this guide out to. So all you need to do is go to heyo.com/annual once you're logged into Heyo, select pay annually, and click this button here to upgrade your account. That's it. You can still cancel anytime. You can still upgrade or downgrade anytime. It saves you money, and you're going to get more great bonuses from us. So hopefully you this is helpful for you guys. All right, cool. So while you guys have a chance to think about that, I want to go ahead and take some Q&A. So if you've got questions for me, if you've already popped it into the GoToWebinar questions, that's great. I'm going to review those right here now live, take some Q&A. But if you've got other questions, go ahead and just and type them straight into the GoToWebinar questions box, and I will get to them. I'm going to take a minute for you guys to post your questions. All right, I already see some other questions about whether or not the presentation today was recorded. Yeah, absolutely. We recorded today's webinar, everybody. We're going to send that out to everybody who was on the webinar. And you're absolutely going to get that. Anybody who even registered for this webinar is going to get the recording, so no worries at all there. All right, let me take a couple of these questions I'm seeing come through already. Okay, Josh has a great question. He says, where is the stream widget located? So Josh, I think you either mean a Twitter stream or maybe a Facebook comment stream. So let me show you how to do that. And I'm assuming you mean in Heyo, right? You want to know where it's located in Heyo. Let's take a look at that. So let me go to the dashboard. I'm going to create a new campaign. And I'm going to go ahead and start with a blank page so I can show you what to do. So you've got, here I am on a blank canvas in Heyo, those of you who are just looking at my screen here. Right here I've got Facebook and Twitter widgets that I can drag right onto the page. If I want a Facebook comment stream, all I do is drag the Facebook widget onto the page. Over here on the right-hand side, I select comment stream, and there it is. Now I can resize this and make it as big as I want. Okay, there we go. And I can just embed that right into my campaign. The other thing I can do is I can also drag on the Twitter widget, and just like with the Facebook widget, I can go over here to the right, and I can do a search stream right here. And then I've got step-by-step instructions on how to set that up. I can make that whatever size I need to. There we go. It's a fixed height. There's the Twitter stream. So all right, Josh, hopefully that's helpful. Janet, I see your question about, do we use the Facebook fan page in any of the Heyo promos? If so, what do we need on the fan page? Not sure I'm following you, so if you can elaborate for me a little bit, that would be really helpful. Oh, awesome question. So Dennis asked a great question. He says, recommendation/question, does Heyo have a learning tutorial area with recorded webinars to reference and utilize as a tool? Yeah, let me show you two great places, Dennis, that I think will be really helpful. And all of you, take a look at my screen really quickly. This could be the most valuable thing you see today for just ongoing learning. So I'll show you two areas. One is support.heyo.com, and I highlight this on every webinar. This is our support portal, if you will, and you can search any topic here. So if you want to learn, if you want to learn about that Twitter widget, I'm going to go ahead and search Twitter. you're going to find all the articles we have here about different Twitter widgets that you can embed onto your campaign. You've got step-by-step tutorials. There are some videos embedded here as well. So for instance, if I click here, I can watch a video on how to download my CSV and get my leads for my campaign. If you're more interested, Dennis, and it sounds like you are, if you're more interested in webinar replays, go to youtube.com/official Heyo. youtube.com/official Heyo. This is the Heyo YouTube channel. Okay, tons of content on there. One of the playlists you're going to find is called Heyo Webinar Replays. And this is exactly where this webinar replay is going to go. And so there are literally tons of webinar replays, probably more than you'd ever want to watch, but there are tons of them there, all different topics. So for instance, here's a webinar I ran for customers a couple weeks ago, which if you missed it would be a great one to watch. It's just called How to Promote Your Campaign on Facebook. There it is. How to promote your campaign on Facebook. All right. So hey, youtube.com/official Heyo. It's a great, great resource. Okay. Loretta says, can I see the special bonus slide for my note-taking? Yes. I think you mean this one, Loretta. I'll leave that up for a second while I field another question or two. Okay, John says, hey, sweepstakes are best to get likes and fans, but what are some other examples of contests and promotions that work well? Okay, great question. Great question. So a couple of other thoughts for you, John. So yes, sweepstakes works great for getting a lot of email addresses, like volume. Okay. If you're looking to, let me go back into, actually first I'm going to go back to Facebook here. If you're looking to just really engage your audience more, get a lot of people engaging with your brand, I really like the photo contest for that. So here's an example of Heyo customer. This is the Heyo photo contest application that this business Recruit Military is using. It's really awesome. People can come and enter. People can come and enter the photo contest by uploading a photo, connecting to their Instagram account, pasting in an image URL. They can do all those things, right? Once their photo is entered, it's added to the gallery and people can come vote on it. So we can see this guy Josh Peterson is leading the photo contest, but there are lots and lots of great entries, and it produces like a really nice gallery, and people can come here, click on the gallery, view the image, read about the image. They can click here to vote. Once they vote for that particular image, they get prompted to share. So Dennis, why I really like this particular contest is it tends to incent a lot of sharing, entice a lot of sharing, and just creates a lot of really nice social activity with a brand. So if you're looking for that for your business, or if you're like a small agency or a consultant, this is a great strategy to use with your clients. It's a great strategy to use with your clients. The other thing I'll add is that from the Heyo dashboard, we've got like a whole bunch of other categories outside of contests that you can use. You can set up social templates to bring like Instagram or Pinterest content into Heyo, or excuse me, into Facebook, so that your fans can engage with that visual content. You can set up a lead capture page. So if you've got a free download you want to give away, your own white paper, an article that you want to give away in exchange for an opt-in or someone to leave their contact information, you can do that. So there are lots and lots of other things you can do with Heyo outside of contests too that can be really effective, Dennis, just depending on what you want to do. All right, cool. Try to get through a couple of other questions, folks. So let me take a look here. Ron asked a great question earlier, and Ron, I think I missed this one. You asked if you've got questions about some campaigns you'd like to try, who can you talk to? So you guys, as Heyo customers, you all have the ability to email our excellent customer care team, as well as get them on live chat. You can email support@heyo.com. You can also get to live chat by, let me go right back to the support.heyo.com. Here we go. So if you go to support.heyo.com, you can click up here in the top right to send us an email. You can also click down here at the bottom right to actually talk to somebody live. And among other things I do at Heyo is I work directly with the customer engagement team that provides all of our customer care, and they are excellent. And they're really, really good at providing technical support for Heyo, and they're very, very good at providing help and strategy advice for running your campaigns. So if you've got questions, Ron, then absolutely reach out to that team through either of those two channels. All right. So I'm kind of wrapping up questions here, but before we do, folks, if you've got any burning questions that you really want to know about Heyo, or about Facebook, or about social media marketing, or email marketing, or anything else related to helping you market your business more effectively, go ahead and pop them into the GoToWebinar questions right now. I'll tell you also, I review every single question, every single comment that you guys make in these webinars, and I'm absolutely going to review every comment you make on this one. So if you've got thoughts, or again, if you've got a question that hasn't been answered, don't fret. We're going to read it, and we're going to get back to you with a response, even if it's via email after the fact. All right, so while I'm waiting for you guys to just pop in a couple of last-minute questions, I just want to highlight a couple of things again for you. So we've started this series of customer focused webinars, and we do a lot of webinars for tons and tons of people, but these webinars are a little bit special and different because we get to spend time with you guys, our customers, and it's purely for the goal of helping you with your Facebook strategy and your social media strategy broadly. And so if you've got thoughts for other webinar topics, feel free to also message those and let us know. But that's why we're running these webinars. Hopefully you find them really effective. The link is going to be provided for the webinar replay is going to be provided to everybody on the line today. In addition to that, I've got this guide that's extremely detailed, extremely helpful. And let me just remind you guys what's in there. It's a downloadable PDF guide. It provides step-by-step instructions, examples. It provides a template for that dedicated email recommendation that was strategy 4 today. It provides a whole bunch of helpful links. It's really a powerhouse guide that I think is going to help you take these strategies and make them even more actionable. To get that, you do have to be an annual Heyo subscriber, and if you're not, that's okay. You just need to be logged into Heyo and go to heyo.com/annual to change your plan to an annual plan, which is a great idea anyway because it's going to save you money and you're going to be ready the next time we've got some piece of content that we have to limit to our annual members. So hopefully that's helpful for all of you. All right, let me just double check one last time to look for other questions. Ron, if you can just message me, it looks like Ron, you're having some trouble upgrading. If you want to just message me your phone number, I will call you personally after the webinar and I can help you. It's not a problem. Glad to do that. Just respond in the GoToWebinar questions. Make sure it's a private question, and I'm the only one who'll see it. Just pop your phone number in. Oh, okay. Loretta wants to see the list again. There it is, Loretta. You can have a look at it for a minute. Okay, Tori says, where do I go to access today's guide? Excuse me, Terry asked, where do I go to access today's guide? Terry, if you're already an annual subscriber, you're going to get it. Everybody who's signed up for this webinar who's an annual subscriber, we're going to send you the guide. If you're concerned at all, Terry, go ahead and pop your email address into a GoToWebinar question. We'll make sure we email it to you there. If you're not already an annual subscriber, though, you do need to log into Heyo and then just go to heyo.com/annual to switch to the annual plan, and we'll send that guide to you. Okay? Cool. So again, let me just leave those instructions up for you. All right. Awesome. Thanks, Ron. I'll give you a call after the webinar. If anybody else online is having an issue upgrading to the annual plan, please feel free to just pop your phone number in. I'll give you a call after the webinar. I'm happy to do that. Okay. So as we wrap up, guys, I'm going to leave this slide up for those of you that want to see it. As we wrap up, though, I want to thank you guys for joining me today. These are honestly, these webinars, these exclusive customer-only webinars are probably the most fun I have at work at Heyo, because I get to talk to you guys. I get to share things that you guys find valuable, and we work really hard to put together content that we think will really be helpful. But we are really focused at HEO on helping small businesses grow, get more leads, and drive sales through social media. And we're going to do more of these. If you've got thoughts on other topics that you'd like to hear about, pop your thoughts into the GoToWebinar questions. Again, I want to really thank you guys for joining today. I hope it was super helpful, and we will see you next time.
Thanks, guys. Alex here, signing off.